Hashem, Parashat Shofetim. Shofetim v'shotrim titen lecha b'chol sha'arecha. Basically, you should give yourself judges and policemen to yourself. Titen lecha. You should give yourself. Today we're going to see how much it's important that each person should have really a judge, should have a shofet, and really this judge and this shofet, it's going to be aseh lecha rav, v'istalek min hasafek. Make yourself a rabbi and get away from the doubt. The Gemara says, in this week's Parashat Shofetim, there's a story of Shlomo HaMelech. The Torah says the king cannot have too many wives, too much money, too many horses. And we see Shlomo HaMelech was over al hakol, right? And it says, Kol od she'arav shelo haya kayam, as long as his rabbi was alive, right? He didn't do anything. As his rabbi passed away, right? That's when he started to לקח את בת פרעה, התחתן עם בת פרעה, שמי בן גרה. הוא התחתן עם בת פרעה, he married, huh?
He had to kill him.
Right. But as long as he was alive, he had a policeman. He didn't do any mistakes, especially not marrying Bat Paro, the daughter of Paro. Yafet. Let's see in the beginning of the parasha something interesting. Shofetim v'shotrim titen lach, says the Midrash. Lech el hanemala atzel, re'ed rachea v'chacham. On this pasuk, Shofetim v'shotrim titen lach, we bring a pasuk in Mishlei of Shlomo HaMelech that tells us, the lazy people, they should go see a nest of ants. You are lazy. You don't wake up in the morning, you don't want to work, you don't want to do anything, right? Go to the nemalama. The nemala doesn't have any king, there's no king, right? Maybe there's a queen, but there's no king. There's no policemen. There's no law enforcement. What does she do? She works all by herself. From the morning till the night. She works. And she does what? Why? She knows when the winter is going to come, she won't be able to go out. So therefore, she works hard in the summertime, right? And from here, Chachamim learn a famous saying, Mi shetarach be'erev Shabbat, yuchal b'Shabbat. If you prepare for Shabbat, Thursday, Friday, the whole week, you prepare for Shabbat, you're going to find what to eat Shabbat. But if you come on Friday and you say, I'm too tired, I cannot prepare for Shabbat, so what are you going to eat Shabbat? Mishetach b'Shabbat, yochal b'Shabbat. So basically, Shlomo HaMelech is telling us, you know what? The ant, Nemala, is a perfect example for lazy people, right? It's a perfect example for not having, somebody on top of you telling you what to do. She knows exactly what to do without having anybody on top of her. This is an mala. This is an ant, right? But and one thing she's excelling at is what? Gezel, right? The Midrash says there was an ant. She was carrying on top of her a grain of wheat. Tov, grain is nothing, but for an mala, for an ant, a grain of wheat is like lifting weights, going to the gym, lifting weight. So it got hard for her. She left it. And she went to call help from the nest. She went to the nest to call for some of her friends. Come help me. As she was going to call for help, a lot of ants came by and they saw this grain of wheat, but no one touched it. Why? Because they smelled that it's taken. Somebody has it already, right? So look, says the Midrash, look, the Gemara in Eruvin. The Gemara says, Ilmale nitna Torah. If we would not have received Torah Sinai, we would learn the halacha of lo tigzol from nemala, from an ant. Right?
But she stole it.
What?
But she stole it.
One sec. So you see so many things we can learn from an ant. She doesn't have somebody to tell her what to do, right? Basically, she has no rabbi, she has no king, she has nobody, no master, and she does whatever she has to do. And that's why maybe Shlomo HaMelech says, Lech el hanemala atzel. But we're going to see it's not exactly the kavanah. Why? The Chidushei Arim, he comes and he brings a Mishnah. Mishnah is in Masechet Peah, Perek Dalet, Mishnah Aleph. He brings a Mishnah that says that one time there was a hole opened in a field and they found in the hole kur shel chitim, like 1 ton of wheat, all kinds of food. Who collected it? The Nemala, the ants. Right? The Gemara, the Midrash says, you know how much an ant could live? How long? Not more than 6 months. any creature that doesn't have bones in his body cannot live more than 6 months. So the nemala cannot live more than 6 months. That's the maximum she can live. But the Gemara is asking, the Midrash is asking, so why did they collect the 6 חודשים?
גם נחש?
לא, נחש זה קצת שונה. כן, אבל יש משהו שם.
איזה בון.
Right? איזה בון, איזה בון, יש לו חוט שדרה.
ההיריון שלה זה 7 שנים?
כן, פעם, on the olden days. So the Gemara, the Midrash is asking, what is she collecting 1 ton of food when she lives 6 months and she cannot eat, the ant cannot eat more than חצי גרעין של חיטה. Half a grain of wheat. That's what she can eat in 6 months. Says the Midrash, no, because she has an emunah, she's praying to Hashem 6 months, she's praying, please Hashem, maybe give me a little bit more longer so I can enjoy everything I'm collecting over here. ככה זה הנמלה. יפה. Comes the Chidushei Arim and he says, when one time the earth opened over there and they found kur shel chitim, the Mishnah is asking a question, who does it belong to? Does it belong to Baal Habayit, Baal HaSadeh, the owner of the field? Or does it belong to Aniyim? Because this is matnot Aniyim. When the Aniyim, when the poor people come and they take leket, shichecha, peah, the corn of the hill, maybe it fell from them. So who should we give now all this wheat? To the poor people or to the owner of the field? Okay, it's a discussion. Says the Chidushei Arim, I don't understand. But it belongs to the ant. What pitom shebal habayit? What is it? So he says, no, you know why? Why is the Mishnah teaching us? Really, the ant is the biggest thief that can be. She was stealing it either from the Baal Habayit or she was stealing it from the Aniyim. So the Mishnah is now discussing who should we give it back to. But for sure there's no she'elah to give it back to the ant. Because she is a thief. She stole it. אז מה אומר שלמה המלך? לך אל הנמלה עצל. What, שלמה המלך is teaching us to go to the thieves? To study from thieves? מגנבים? Right? What does שלמה המלך say? Right. So basically, שלמה המלך is teaching us today, שלמה המלך, you know, is chacham. He was a very wise man. And probably in his time was this problem, but today for sure there's such a problem. Today people are lazy. They don't want to work. They want to make easy money. How do you make easy money? On the internet. You buy, you sell stuff on the internet. You are metavech. You're just a realtor, you know. You tell this guy, right? A broker, right? You tell this guy, oh no, this guy owns a property, right? So you want to make easy money. Doesn't mean realtors are ganavim, but some people want to make easy money. I'll tell you, somebody told me yesterday, two brokers made a deal, few millions, right? And the one broker didn't trust the other broker. So he told them, okay, I'm going to invest in the deal, but you have to give me collateral. Give me a... So he told them, I have a building worth $5 million. This is your collateral. I'll sign it in your name. Yeah. So they made the deal. So that the deal went through. Everything, Baruch Hashem, is okay. So the guy is telling him, no, where's my share? He said, I don't want to pay you. What do you mean I don't pay you? I don't want to pay you.
You mean to give back
Yeah.
the building? The
Yeah.
collateral?
No, זה שהשקיע, the investor, he told them, okay, I want my share back. So he told him, okay, you don't want to pay me? You don't want to give me the percentage I have your building as a collateral, right? He says, if you touch my building, I'm taking you to Din Torah. What do you mean? You made a deal with him. You have to pay him. There's no question even you have to pay him. No, but you're going to take him to Din Torah. What's the chokhmah? Where does it come? You made money. It's not you didn't lose money. You made money, right? Or another story I hear from Bal Harbor.
Is it a real story?
A real story.
What the Roger just said was a real story?
Real story. Now happened now. Last week. Last year, a shul. Listen to this. A shul. They're in a small house, right? They're in a small house. They send a broker to buy a complex, like worth $2-3 million. He buys it. What does he do? Instead of registering it on the name of the shul, he registered on his name. So I tell him, what's going on? He says, no. 2 weeks later, from $3 million, this complex is worth today $6 million. So he's saying he bought it. If you want to buy it for me, I'm sell it to you. What do you mean? You're only shaliach. They send you to buy, right? They're negotiating. They negotiated. They're everything. When it comes to money, people don't see anymore.
He paid with his money or with the shul's money?
No, he was supposed to represent them with their shul. But what did he do? He says, "No, don't pay. I'll pay. I'll buy it." Right? Because he told them, you know, if they're gonna know you're buying a shul, they're gonna raise the price for you. I'm a broker, so you know they're not gonna suspect anything. So he brought it on his name, and then he wants to sell to the shul on $6 million. He wants to make $4 million.
I feel like he's right.
No, but it's ani al-habach
That's
It's
gezel.
ani al-habach
Why is
b'chara.
that gezel?
It's,
You buy it for a person.
it's called ani ameapech becharara. If somebody is about to buy a piece of land, and you come and you go and offer more money, it's called ani ameapech becharara. There's a poor man. There is a place he wants to find food, right? And you come and you grab it away from him. It's gezel. Right? So what do you mean? We send you. So it comes out, this is exactly what the Nemala is doing. What is the Nemala doing? The Nemala is doing something very easy. She doesn't steal from her friends. Right? If she'll see a grain of wheat, no. I don't touch it. It's gezel. You know? I don't take from my friends. It's gezel. Yeah, but you go to steal from the owner of the field. Right? You take his wheat. You collect yourself 1 ton of food over there, which belongs to the owner of the field or to the Aniim, one of the two, and you say you don't steal. Why? Those people, they want to make easy money. The Nemala wants to make easy money. This is easy money, go in the field. But you know how much wheat he has, you know how much money he can make. What am I taking? A grain over here, 1 grain over here. Yeah, 1 grain, but you have a ton over there, right? Gezel, right? So this is what Shlomo HaMelech says. Atzel, ata atzlan. You don't want to work. Aval ata rotze, you want to make easy money, right? Lech el Nemala. See what's the Nemala doing. The Nemala is doing exactly what you're doing. She wants easy money. She goes to a field, she steals. Between her friends, she doesn't touch. But from other people, she would steal, right? So that's exactly what Shlomo HaMelech wants you to see. Be careful, don't be the Nemala. It's not something positive. It's afuch, says the Chidush Harim. It's something from the other side. To see how not to be as her. You should learn from her. And if the Torah wouldn't be given, we would learn Gezel Menemala. Right? Which means people that say, no, I'm not taking, he's my friend, but you take from other people. Right?
Is it better to, say, if you're messing up 2 different vendors, someone in your community, or better to mess up the guy who's...
What do you mean mess up?
The guy is very, let's say, and I know very in business a lot of times, right? So they have this rule, whoever shouts the loudest gets paid first. You know, let's say the guy has a hotel.
Yeah, listen,
A lot of
there's
times they'll
rules.
pay their guys in their shoe. Like, the chap, let's say the guys are caterers. He's going to pay the guys who know him because he doesn't want to mess them up. The guy, some guy in California he never met, he might be Jewish, he's not paying him because he's not going to see him anyway. He's like, I'll do it for later.
There is laws for this, right? Depends who invested. There is laws, right? Means you cannot choose. The idea is aseh lecharav, right? That's exactly what it says. Shofetim v'shoterim titen lecha. You should have somebody on top of you, right? Shoter, shofet, right? Don't take the law into your hands, right? Rabbi Zilberstein, he brings down in Alon Shabeach, he brings down that in Russia, there was a mafia in Russia, right? There was a lot of mafias, but there was one group of mafia, everybody was scared from them. They would steal like big time. And one poor lady, Jewish lady, right? She was almana, and they were Jewish. Some of them were Jewish. She was an almana, she was a widow, and she had a daughter to marry. So miskena, she used to go work and, put dollar to dollar. One day her daughter is going to get married, she should have money to give her. They saw she has a lot of money, they went and they stole the money. And everybody knew it's them. Everybody knew it's them. She came crying to the rabbi. The rabbi says, what can I do? It's the mafia. What do you want me to do with the mafia? So the gabbai of the shul heard it, the story. He said, I know somebody who knows very good the head of this mafia. Maybe if we'll talk to him, he's going to speak with the head of the mafia. Listen, it's almana. So they called the guy and says, listen, it's almana, poor lady, you can steal maybe from people, but almana, come on, some rachmanut. Okay, so the guy went to speak with the head of the mafia, and he convinced him. He told him, listen, almana, but the head of the mafia told him, listen to me. I'm the head, but I don't do my things myself. I have to speak with my friends over here, with my partners. So the next week, we're going to have a yeshiva, we're going to have a board meeting, and I'm going to present it to the board. So, B'kitzur, he comes to the board meeting, and he's telling him, listen, somebody spoke to me, the last thing we did is Almana, she's a widow, and she has only one girl, and she has to marry her, and the poor lady, she's crying the whole day, and the rabbi doesn't know, Sipur lem Sipur. And Be'emet, they felt bad. All of them felt bad. So he says, so what do you suggest? Is let's give back. Let's give her back. You know, we have a lot of people to take from. Then one of them stood up, one of the Ganavim stood up and says, no, you cannot give her back. He says, why? He says, if the rabbi feels bad for her, why doesn't he give her something? Let him give him something. You know, if the rabbi feels bad for her, let him give something. I'm going to give also something. I'm going to give the maaser, what we stole. So each one should give something and fill up what she did. So the Rosh, he comes back to the rabbi and says, I'm sorry, it was not accepted because they said if you want to give something. Zeh Rosh Shel Ganav. This is our Ganav things, right? You know, if you want to give your own. Because there's no fear, there's no moral, there's no Aseh lecha rav, right? You make yourself a rabbi. So to tell you, Rabotai, right? In the world, there's a lot of shitot like this. What's communism? They decide that if somebody makes money, a rich man makes money, no, he stole from his workers. So they take the whole kuppah, they take the whole thing, and they give it the divide between all the workers. Including, means equal share to the Baal Habayit, to the owner and the workers, right? They also take a share. The Nazi Machshimam, right? They decided Jews, right? Dogs, if they saw a dog, what a treatment they give the dogs. They protect dogs. When it came to Jews, they killed them. Where'd you take this law? Killing Jews, protecting dogs, right? They made up the rule. Doctors, euthanasia, right? Killing somebody, comfort death, right? So you just give him morphine, and the guy doesn't feel anything, no pain. Don't give him food, don't give him liquid. The guy dries up, slowly. Some of them in a week, 2 weeks, some of them can stay 2 months, suffering like this. No, they don't suffer because they keep pumping them with morphine, right? Till they die. They kill them quietly, comfortably, the guy didn't suffer. What do you mean? According to the Torah, it's exactly Ritzicha. What do you mean you make him comfort, keep him comfortably, right? And a lot of those people, when you speak with the families and you convince them, no, tell the doctor you do want him to have some liquids, you do want, and a lot of those people, they live few months after, right? So who decides to kill them comfortably? Right? And don't kill it, killing, no. It's to let them go. You let them go with comfort. This is Ritzicha. Mi harav shematir et zeh. Who's the rabbi? It's exactly what the Torah says this week. Shofetim ve'shoterim titen lecha bechol sharecha. You should have, right, somebody on top of you to teach you what's right, what's wrong, right? Even Rabbanim, big Rabbanim, they have rabbis also. Even Rabbanim, they are also rabbis.
Is the doctor a deal then?
Who?
Is the doctor?
Sometimes, if he decides himself, right? Let's say doctor, sometimes, no. You're not allowed to kill him, but you're allowed to go against his word. Right, exactly. You're allowed to stop him. No, by Rodef, if you can stop him be'echad me'a'ivarim, you're not allowed to kill him. Yeah, but the halakha is you're not allowed to kill him. If you can shoot him in the hand and he cannot, in the foot, in the leg, and he's not going to run after you, you're not allowed to kill him. Right? Over here, you can involve the law, you can involve the police, you can involve the heads of the hospital. You can do things, you can stop them, right? But again, aseh lecha rav. The idea is, in the world, many people take the laws into their hands. Aval, in this week's parasha it says, Kol asher yomru lecha ta'aseh. Whatever the rabbis tell you, you should do. Al yamin shal small v'al small yamin. Even if he tells you, you know for sure this is the right thing to do. The rabbi comes and tells you this is the wrong thing to do. Right? This is the wrong thing to do. But he said, what? He doesn't know what he's talking about. This rabbi doesn't know what he's talking about. Aseh lecha rav, says the Ramban. Look at the Ramban of this pasuk. Kol asher yomru lecha ta'aseh. The rabbi, when you ask him, yes, such a siyata dishmaya, he's not going to go wrong. He's not going to go wrong. Even if you think he's wrong, he's not going to go wrong. Hashem gives him a siyata dishmaya. One time, somebody came to the Chazon Ish, he asked him a question. So the Chazon Ish asked him, Lema ze nogea? He says, no, I'm asking you in case it's going to happen. Chaz v'shalom, I'm not answering you. He says, why? He says, you know why? Because when something is halacha lemaaseh, Hashem gives us the chokhmah to say the right things. When something is only in theory, if it happens, when it happens, Hashem doesn't give you the siyata d'shmaya. The siyata d'shmaya when it's halacha lemaaseh. So if a rabbi tells you halacha lemaaseh, don't do that, it's not good for you.